Welcome to aehelp.com's IELTS test preparation videos. In this video, you will see an Italian candidate score a very good Band 8 for his performance on the speaking interview. Again, we have partnered with Cambly, a world-class app that lets you connect with a native English-speaking tutor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can learn to improve your speaking anywhere, anytime. They have been generous enough to give this coupon code for a 10% discount, as well as this code so you can get your first 15 minutes for free. I have included these links in the stream description. Download Cambly today and begin improving your English for the next time you sit the IELTS exam. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. The test has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each part, and I will record this for marking purposes. May I see your identification, please?
Yes, certainly. Here you are.
Thank you. And what is your full name?
My name is Roberto Bianchi, as you will see on my ID card. Please call me just my first name, Roberto.
Okay, Roberto, here is your ID back.
Thank you.
Now for part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic.
Okay.
Do you work or study?
Currently, I work as a retail manager in a large electronics store, and I'm studying English in order to continue my higher education in business management abroad.
What did you do at the weekend?
Well, on Saturday, I went to a mall and bought a new pair of shoes. And Sunday, I went for a run in the morning and then relaxed at home to charge my battery for the upcoming work week.
Let's talk about playing games. How often do you play a game?
I frequently play games both indoors, like video games and board games, and outdoors, such as football. In fact, I just played a great match yesterday with a couple of friends.
When do you like to play games?
I like to play video games when I want to relax after a tough day of work, and I enjoy team sport during fair weather, especially on cool summer evenings because I don't overeat while getting a good workout.
Which type of games are your favorite?
That's a tough one because it really depends on my mood. If I feel energetic, my preferences are for physical games like football. But when I'm exhausted, I opt for more casual games like Sims on my computer.
Where is a good place to buy games?
I suppose it depends on the kind of games. For video games, there are a lot of excellent online shops such as Amazon or eBay, where people can buy them for a bargain price. However, if a person is looking for a sport equipment, a big retailer in Italy I would recommend is Decathlon.
How have playing games changed over the last 3 decades?
I would say that the biggest change has been with the advancement of video games. These days, people can not only enjoy some great games on their mobile phone, but also using VR headset. Gameplay like this simply didn't exist 30 years ago.
If you could make a game, what would it be?
That's an interesting question. Since I like Sims, as I mentioned, I would probably make some kind of builder game, such as constructing space station to safeguard the Earth from alien invasion. That would be fun.
Okay, that's the end of part 1. Now for part 2, here's a card with some questions. Please do not turn that over.
Okay.
And here is some note paper and a pencil. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions, think about your answer. You can take notes in the 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, okay. Understand.
Okay, then go ahead, turn over the card, and your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, Roberto, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. Well, in light of our conversation up until now, I just returned a PlayStation 4 console to a shop called MediaStop just last week. I had bought the PS4 just 2 weeks earlier, and because since, as I mentioned, I like to play video games after work, and I was so excited to bring it home. PS4 is Sony's video game computer that hooks up the TV and play hundreds of incredible games. It has also the features like playing movies and surfing net. In fact, I was so excited to get it on that I didn't really pay too much attention on checking out what I was buying before taking the box out of the store. Had I done so, I would have realized the box was quite damaged on one side. Anyhow, while unpacking, I was hopeful the console by itself remained intact. At first glance, it didn't look damaged. So, I hooked up it on the TV and I put in FIFA 2019, a popular football game. That's when I realized not everything is as should be. The console made some really strange noise while reading the game disc. As well, the screen did not properly display images. There was quite a bit distortion and white noise. After 1 hour troubleshooting, I realized there was not really much I could do other than take the console back to the store. Fortunately, customer service at MediaStop was quite good, and they exchanged my PS4 for a new one. I suppose the damaged unit must have been sent to Sony for refurbishing. Either way, at the end, I was satisfied.
And your 2 minutes is up there, Roberto. I will stop you. I'm going to take back the card. Can you please pass back the note paper and the pencil? I'll grab that paper there also. Thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about customer satisfaction. Why is it important for customers to be happy with services and products that they buy?
The obvious reason that shopper must be satisfied with their purchases is so that they feel fairly compensated for their hard-earned money. For the retailers, this is important for maintaining reputation and build their business.
Can you give some examples?
Certainly. A lot of people complain about food quality at McDonald's. Yet there are still millions of people who eat their burgers each day because they feel they are getting a delicious, if not healthy, burgers for very cheap. I know I like a Big Mac every now and again, and in this way McDonald's is a very successful franchise.
How can companies make sure that their merchandise and services are well received by their clientele?
That's a good question. Please allow me a moment. I believe that customer feedback is critical in making sure that products and services are well received. I know many companies, many online companies like Google, as well as physical stores like MediaStop, which I mentioned earlier, really push their satisfaction survey so they can fine-tune their retailer strategies.
Do these always work?
I'll be cautious to claim that they always work, but I do think it's an effective approach to making sure that clients are happy.
How have customer service relations improved with technology?
Oh, it has changed a ton. Just the effectiveness of a digital terminal at cashier, which speed up transaction, has saved a lot of frustration over the years. Also, as I mentioned, shops can now get detailed and fast feedback on how to improve.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, of course. When I took my PS4 back to MediaStop, the customer service agent just scanned my digital receipt and exchanged the item without me having to wait to fill out a bunch of papers.
Let's talk about defective products. If a person buys a defective product, what options do they usually get from stores to remedy the situation?
The most common possibilities when buying broken products like my PS4 is to get it back to the shop for an exchange. Or people can get their money back, and in some cases they have the option to get it fixed under warranty.
Are all of these always available?
Although these options are really available, not every store or product has such as protection. Therefore, customers should always be aware of their purchases, especially when buying used products.
Why might it be a bad idea to continue using a product even if it has a manufacturing defect?
Some products may be very dangerous if they are defective, especially ones with moving parts. Take a blender for instance. Would be a really bad idea to use if it's not working as it should be, because a person could be badly injured or even die.
Are there any exceptions to this?
Yes, I suppose if the defect is just cosmetic, like a scratch on the surface of my PS4, it will be okay. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case with me.
That's the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. You will have your mark in about 2 weeks' time with the other sections. Have a great rest of your day, Roberto, and remember to take your ID with you.
Okay, thank you, and have a nice day, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So why does this Italian candidate get a band 8, which means a very good user of English, for his performance on this speaking interview? Firstly, his answers are coherent. He answers all of the questions exactly and specifically. It's true that he has quite a thick accent, but most of his words are comprehensible for an English speaker. So in this case, the accent does not hurt his score much. However, it does partly contribute to losing that one band. Also, beyond the student's pronunciation, his speech is natural. This means that he uses a variety of grammar, different tense forms of verbs, and mixes them naturally, the same as a native speaker would. As well, his answers are complex. He uses present perfect, past perfect, and conditionals effectively throughout part 1, 2, and 3. Why else does this student get the band 8? This candidate is able to answer all of the questions in part 1, 2, and 3. He makes no major mistakes. This means there isn't a single question that is answered inaccurately by this student. In addition, for part 2, he responds to every question on the card, elaborates, and gives detail. He loses one band for a few awkward grammatical mistakes and a few pronunciation mistakes that make a couple of words difficult to understand. Nevertheless, the band 8 is an excellent score for his performance. You must do the same to get this result. Practice, and you can get there too. To see many more speaking videos like this one, over 100 hours of video lessons, 6 original practice exams, and a fully interactive course with strategies to get those high band scores, visit and join us at www.aehelp.com. Also, download our app, Academic IELTS Help, and make sure to link your app with our website for a complete world-class IELTS learning experience. Begin learning for success today. Learn with us. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch more videos. Click right here. Or click our IELTS Hero for over 100 hours of complete video lessons and 6 original practice exams to help you pass IELTS.